The reason that we believe Christianity is true is because the answer to 4 questions is yes. How about the first question? Does truth exist? Obviously, you hear people say all the time, there is no truth, or you got your truth, I got my truth, all truth is relative. When somebody says there is no truth, you ought to ask that person a question. You ought to say, is that true? Is it true that there's no truth? Because if it's true that there's no truth, the claim there is no truth can't be true, but it claims to be true. In other words, it's a self-defeating claim. Of course there's truth. If there was no truth, an atheist couldn't be right that there was no God. So there is truth. Question number 2, does God exist? There are several arguments for the existence of God. Let me just give you one. Even atheists today are admitting that space, matter, and time had a beginning out of nothing. Well, think about this, friends. If space, matter, and time had a beginning out of nothing, whatever created space, matter, and time can't be made of space, matter, and time. Now, when you think about a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful, personal, intelligent cause, who do you think of? God. Now, we don't know it's the Christian God at this point, but we know it's a theistic God, a being who's beyond the world, who created the world. The third question is, are miracles possible? Obviously, Christianity can't be true if miracles are not possible. But the greatest miracle in the Bible has already occurred, and we have scientific evidence for it. What's that? I just mentioned it. The creation of the universe out of nothing. If Genesis 1:1 is true, every other verse in the Bible is at least possible. Because if there's a being that can create the universe out of nothing, can he do whatever he wants inside the universe? If he can create the whole show out of nothing? Of course. He can resurrect Jesus from the dead, or walk on water, or part the Red Sea. He can do any of that. So the final question, the fourth question, which gets us all the way to the Christian God, is the New Testament reliable enough to show us that Jesus rose from the dead? The reason we believe in Christianity is because an event occurred, the resurrection. Now, I have to ask you this. Why would the Jewish writers of the New Testament, all were Jewish with the exception of Luke, why would they invent a resurrected Jesus? Why would they say that a man who claimed to be God rose from the dead if it didn't happen? They thought that would be blasphemy for a man to claim to be God. And why would they invent a resurrected Jesus? They already thought they were God's chosen people. They had no motive to invent a resurrected Jesus. And certainly they could not have invented it in Jerusalem, where an empty tomb existed. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the New Testament writers did not create the resurrection. The resurrection created the New Testament writers. There would be no New Testament if it wasn't for the resurrection. Now, even if the New Testament never existed, Christianity would still be true. Why? Because Christianity is based on an event, the resurrection. Do you realize there were thousands of Christians before a line in the New Testament was ever written? Why? Because an event occurred, the resurrection. You have to have more faith to believe it didn't occur than it did. And if God exists, and he does, and can create the universe out of nothing, then he can certainly resurrect Jesus from the dead. That's why we believe in Christianity.
So basically, this wasn't 4 reasons why Christianity is true. This was 4 reasons why he thinks it is true. But I didn't see any actual good reasoning here. I mean, I just saw basically a messy mind, a very confused mind. Resurrection, New Testament, blah blah blah, invention, why would they invent, all these hypotheses, blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, you're just dabbling in thoughts, in your own beliefs. Like, for example, that space and times and matter needs a creator. Does creation need a creator? I don't think it does. Truth, is truth true or not? I mean, this is all just dabbling in the theoretical. Where is proof that I can sense with my own 5 senses? Where is a Jesus or a God or whatever that I can smell or taste or touch or hear or see? Where is it? In the pictures, in the paintings, in the Sistine Chapel? Ah, okay. I mean, there are plenty of paintings and writings and whatever, and movies and musics about Harry Potter. Why isn't he the one and only savior? You believing that Jesus Christ or Mohammed or whoever the hell you want to believe in, and to pray, oh dear Jesus, please help me, is not any crazier. It's exactly as crazy as I, after reading the book of the Harry Potter by Rowling, I saw, this is the one and only. Oh dear Mr. Harry Potter, please help me. Oh, in my job there is this challenge. Please give me strength to deal with it. Please, oh, thank you so much. And then next day things kind of work better than they used to. Everybody, you need to read this book about this guy. This is the one and only book. This guy really exists. If you pray for him, it works. You have to trust him. And then the guys with the Quran try it, and it works the same. And then some guy tries with the top of a bottle of water, you know, the cap, and you pray to the cap, and it still works. Because it's all about you connecting to the material world through your vibration. You see, even though you don't see the internet, the Wi-Fi, it's somewhere around here, it's measurable. Even though you don't see the radio, it's measurable. Even though you don't see whatever antenna waves, they are here. And this has been studied in labs, that when we think about something, we emit a signal. And depending on how we feel, we receive that or kind of the opposite of that. If you think that you want a nice car with leather seats, you want a nice wife, you want everything to work out in your job, but you feel uneasy, then things work out uneasy. If you think that you want to go to the middle of the forest in the night, and you think, oh, it's gonna be so much fun, but then because of the darkness and because of the basically unknown, you start feeling fear, then stuff might happen to you. So yeah, this is all just theories and more theories and more theories of reasons why Christianity is true. No one reason is here. Of course, there couldn't be. Is there the truth? Isn't there the truth? I mean, this computer has some whatever components in plastic. And if somebody says, no, this is not plastic, you just take it to whatever lab testing equipment you have, and then you verify if it's plastic or not. So the truth does exist. But then you talked about atheism. So an atheism is as dumb as a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or a Potter, because they all are convinced this is the only truth. No, you have no proof for Jesus being actually true, because you've never seen him, he never talked to you, whatever. And you also don't have any proof otherwise. So a reasonable person has to say, there might be a creator. Whether I believe in one or not, it's irrelevant. Whether I believe that the creator is a giant turtle or is a bearded guy, it is completely irrelevant. Because it's not what I believe in that defines reality. Reality is what it is, like the keys in my computer being made of plastic. So you just have to understand that you're just being, if you are religious and you just go to the church because you find it pleasant to be surrounded by people and that sort of ritual is pleasant for you, sure, I watch movies, I go catch some sun, I go for walks, I do those things because it's pleasant for me, not because they are necessary. So you can have your own sort of hobbies as well. The thing is, when you are living as if what you believe in is true, you see, that's the definition of schizophrenia. You have to watch that movie about that guy who is obsessed. Oh, they are coming for me. Oh, the spies, the spies. And you, because you've read the Bible or the Quran or whatever, or somebody, or the Torah, or somebody just talked to you about this story, and now you are deeply convinced that it is really true. Now you're obsessing and you are living as if it really is. You see, I might say the moon doesn't exist. It's just a mirage. It's just a reflection of the actual Earth's core, which is also reflected during the day as the sun. I can say that, and I do believe that. I can say, I believe that the Earth is flat. Do I have proof for that? No, and I don't need to have proof. It's just a belief that I have. You can believe any sort of religion or any sort of conspiracy theory, and you don't need to have proof for that. You can believe whatever you want. You want to believe in fairies or elves? Believe them. Or magicians or whatever, that they are really exist, or goats. You can believe whatever you want. The problem is when you start living as if what you believe in is true. You have no proof for it. So it's completely nuts for you to pray to, oh dear Harry Potter, please help me. It's not Harry Potter, it's the other character from the other book. Okay. Yeah, so it's much more senseful, is it? Or is it extremely senseless? Thanks for watching, and Merry Pottermus!